Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Garlock Lafon and I am the co-chair for the Placer County Out of the Darkness Walk. It is my honor and my privilege to be here with you today. I know that we are all bummed that we can't be together in person, but we really hope that you get something out of today's event that is helpful, inspiring, supportive. Whatever you can get from today, we really have worked hard to try to provide something for everyone here. I want to give a shout out to our area director, Leslie Young, who truly has pioneered this effort this year for us to pull something together. Even though we can't be together in person, we all agree that it is very important that we still reach out, we still have a time when we can come together and talk about suicide prevention and awareness and offer some inspiration, some information, some resources, and some love. So whatever the reason you are with us today, we are glad you're here. We welcome you, and we are so hopeful that we will be able to see you this time next year. So take care, and thanks again for being here.
Hello, my name is Leslie Young and I'm your AFSP Area Director. I'd like to welcome you to the Out of the Darkness experience. And we know things are different this year. They all look a little different, and we really wish that we could be together in person. But even though we aren't together, we are still connected, and hope will not be canceled. We want to thank you for your support throughout the year. We know that things are difficult right now, and any support you're able to offer is greatly appreciated. It allows us to provide support to people who need it, to continue our advocacy efforts, our research, and our educational programs. So please know that anything that you can do is greatly appreciated and used wisely. We also want to thank those of you who shared photos of your loved ones for our remembrance and honor bead ceremony. We appreciate you sharing them with us. And hopefully we will be together in person next year so that we can all hug and smile and laugh and cry. But we really think that this program will be something that you'll enjoy this year. And if you decide when it's over that you want to go out and take a walk and take pictures and send those to us, we'll post them on our Facebook after party. So feel free at any time to reach out if you need help, if you need resources. Go to afsp.org. We have some fantastic information on there. And again, if I can ask one thing of you, it's to be kind to yourself and be kind to others. We're all going through this, but we will get through this together. And again, thank you so much for your support. Thank you to the board. Thank you to all the volunteers, all the participants, and all of you who make this happen and make this possible. We can't wait to see you next year. And remember, hope will never be canceled.
I'm Bob Gebbia, CEO of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and it's an honor for me to welcome you to the Out of the Darkness experience. A heartfelt thanks goes to all of you, our amazing friends and supporters, for participating in this event and for raising awareness and funds for suicide prevention. Now, clearly much has changed since last year's Out of the Darkness Community Walk. It's a challenging time. And on behalf of all of us at AFSP, our thoughts are with you and your families during this pandemic. We hope you are staying safe and healthy. And I can assure you the pandemic has not deterred AFSP from its work. We've adapted our life-saving programs, delivering them virtually, wherever and whenever possible, including Talk Saves Lives, our most used public education program. From the start of the pandemic, AFSP has been a leading voice about caring for one's mental health, using traditional and social media to convey messages about self-care. that physical distancing doesn't mean social isolation, and about staying in treatment or seeking treatment through telemental health. Now, we continue to make progress across all areas of our work. Our investment in research has continued with 38 new studies funded since the start of the pandemic. We reached 1 million people during May Mental Health Month with our hashtag #RealConvo campaign. And in June, we launched new Seize the Awkward public service ads to empower teens and young adults to help a friend who is struggling. We held 38 state advocacy days since last fall, and the first ever virtual federal advocacy, where we had 1,400 participants from 50 states contact their members of Congress to support improved crisis services for people in emotional distress. And as an organization, we are speaking out about the inequities in access to mental health care, in particular for communities of color, and we continue to advocate for ending all health care disparities. Our interactive screening program continues to be used in schools and workplaces, giving people a safe and anonymous way to reach out for support. Since the start of the program, we've connected over 180,000 people to help they would not have otherwise sought. And when suicide does occur, AFSP is there to support the families and friends with programs and resources. This year alone, we will host more than 400 International Survivors of Suicide Loss Day events to offer comfort and support. None of this work would be possible without all of you and hundreds of thousands of others. We need you to be involved because our work is more critical than ever. Based on the latest CDC data, the suicide rate in the U.S. continues to trend up, and we are concerned that the isolation and grief and economic impact of the pandemic could contribute to further loss of life from suicide. But we believe an increase in suicide isn't inevitable, and with greater investment in mental health care and suicide prevention now, we can avert any increase and save many lives. Your participation in this event is lifting up those who struggle with thoughts of suicide, and you are remembering loved ones who we've lost, sons and daughters, siblings and parents, spouses, partners, and friends. The involvement of each of you is so critical to our mission of saving lives and bringing hope to those affected by suicide. Everything AFSP is doing is a direct result of your willingness to get involved. I hope you will stay involved. Because of you, we are able to fight for a day when no one will die by suicide. I look forward to seeing you all in person at an event sometime in the future. But until then, thank you and stay safe.
Hi everyone, Christine Moutier, Chief Medical Officer at the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. It's really my pleasure to take this opportunity to thank you for being involved and participating in the Out of the Darkness experience. Even though we can't be together in person, we can come together to raise awareness about suicide and suicide prevention and to support each other and the mission at AFSP. Thank you to our hardworking volunteers and staff for supporting the Out of the Darkness experience. Without their tireless efforts, we could not continue the life-saving work in suicide prevention that we do at AFSP. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about what has been going on at AFSP related to our work and the mission. This past year, we have funded 38 new suicide prevention research studies, and that brings our total current investment to $20 million, funding 100 ongoing current research studies in suicide prevention, making us the largest private funder of suicide prevention research. Through our 30,000 plus voluntary field advocates, we are leading the way in mental health and suicide prevention advocacy at the federal and state level, with over 50 state laws and 13 major federal policies being enacted into legislation just in the last several years alone. And most recently, AFSP has played a role in leading the establishment of the 988 three-digit number for people in crisis. We are truly a grassroots meets science organization with a long-standing dedication to those who have lost loved ones to suicide, and now people with lived experience as well. But on the Saturday before Thanksgiving each year, many of you know that AFSP supports hundreds of large and small international Survivors of Suicide Loss Day events. And in 2019, there were 417 of those events in 26 countries around the world. And this November, we hope to see the same, even through virtual means of coming together. We are also working at AFSP in collaboration with the media and entertainment industry to shine a light on hopefulness in mental health and ways that we can support people who are struggling long before a suicidal crisis is reached. So by working with these content creators, we can make sure that stories that are being developed now for media and entertainment are drawing on the best research in terms of the difference that family members, mental health professionals, teachers, counselors, that we can all make, and that hope and resilience are in fact possible, and not only possible, but that we can make a difference in that way for suicide prevention. So none of that would be possible without your support. And we thank you again for joining in the Out of the Darkness experience, joining with us to prevent suicide. With all of us working together, we can and we will prevent suicide. Thank you so much.
I wear orange for the loss of a sibling.
The white is for the loss of our child.
Green is for a personal struggle.
Purple is for losing a relative or friend.
We wear honor beads at the Out of the Darkness walks as a way to pay tribute to a loved one lost, a personal struggle, or a victory.
They come in different colors that represent the many ways that we're all connected to the cause of suicide prevention.
Since suicide so often is hidden and kept in the dark, the honor beads are really special because it's your way to be very open about your loss.
Gold is for losing a parent.
Silver represents the loss of a veteran or a first responder.
Red for losing a spouse or partner.
And teal represents having friends or family that struggle.
When I see other people with the same colored beads as me, it gives me hope that there's a future for all of us.
It's fantastic being here with these people who feel how I feel.
I wear orange, teal, and purple beads.
I wear green and teal beads.
I wear silver and teal beads.
And we all wear blue beads to show we support the cause.
Find your connection at afsp.org/honorbeads.
I'm living for today. Tomorrow isn't promised. Yesterday has come and gone. Why is letting go gotta be the hardest? I'm living for today. Tomorrow isn't promised. Searching high and I'm searching low, looking for a little light inside this darkness. I'm living for today. Tomorrow isn't promised. Yesterday has come and gone. Why is letting go gotta be the hardest? I'm living for today. Tomorrow isn't promised. Searching high and I'm searching low, looking for a little light inside this darkness. Got me living prematurely born on Christmas early, barely clinging on to life. I couldn't breathe without assistance. My heart, it wasn't beating right. Doctor wrapped me in the blanket, told moms to pray with all of her might. It's gonna take a miracle here on Christmas for your son to make it through the night. So I fought just to fight, every breath done in spite. Too young to comprehend this journey, just had to accept this was my plight. And I'll be damned if I'm giving up now. It's my truth, this is my vow. I won't be taking until I'm ready. When the curtains close and I take my bow. Every day we wake up breathing is a blessing on its own. Not to mention food in our bellies or a place to call our home. No matter how bad you may have it, someone's always got it worse. So you can choose to call it a blessing, or you could choose to call it a curse. I'm living for today. Tomorrow isn't promised. Yesterday has come and gone. Why is letting go gotta be the hardest? I'm living for today. Tomorrow isn't promised. Searching high and I'm searching low, looking for a little light inside this darkness. I'm living for today. Tomorrow isn't promised. Yesterday has come and gone. Why is letting go gotta be the hardest? I'm living for today. Tomorrow isn't promised. Searching high and I'm searching low, looking for a little light inside this darkness. Got me living for today. Cause yesterday was broken. Listen, I was just an infant, but I felt like I was stolen. Born up in the ghetto, grown up in the system, just a young fellow, trapped as a victim. Mom and dad was around, locked in a prison, hurt so bad that ain't nobody listen. If I did not go through that, I would not be right here. If you keep your chin up through the storm, you can look for when it's clear. Fear not, my friend, this is now and that was then. You believing in yourself, you will grow to love again. Every day we wake up breathing is a blessing on its own. Not to mention food in our bellies or a place to call our home. No matter how bad you may have it, someone's always got it worse. So you can choose to call it a blessing, or you can choose to call it a curse. I'm living for today. Tomorrow isn't promised. Yesterday has come and gone. Why is letting go gotta be the hardest? I'm living for today. Tomorrow